The 1970s were full of products and practices we accepted without hesitation. Today, we're taking a look at the 1970s products we trusted without question and how normal they once felt. Number 1. Baby oil in the sun. In the 1970s, baby oil wasn't just something you kept in the bathroom. It was something you packed for summer. Beach bags, poolside totes, and backyard lawn chairs all seemed to have a bottle rolling around in the bottom. And no one thought twice about it. The routine was simple and almost ceremonial. You spread out a towel, twisted open the cap, and poured baby oil into your hands. It felt slick, heavy, and cool at first, then warm as it soaked into your skin, legs, arms, shoulders.
Hair with baby oil. It takes off the hair and leaves your legs baby smooth with a baby soft scent that smells terrific, baby.
Nothing was spared. The goal wasn't protection. It was intensity. Skin gleamed in the sunlight, reflecting the sun like a mirror. That shine felt like success. You could practically feel the heat settling in, and instead of worrying, you relaxed into it. Burning wasn't considered dangerous. It was considered step 1. Red today meant tan tomorrow.
I used to have a real problem flying. A stewardess can only take one suitcase. Well, I needed one suitcase just for my creams and lotions and bath oil. I have very dry skin. But now I only take Johnson's baby oil. It removes my eye makeup fast. I use it on my legs. No dry, flaky skin for me.
People flipped themselves over every so often, timing their exposure just enough to make it feel intentional. There was confidence in the process, no SPF numbers, no reapplication rules, just trust. Money in the sun, in the oil, and in the idea that this was how you were supposed to do it. Looking back now, it's almost hard to believe. We know what we know today, and the idea of using baby oil as a tanning aid feels reckless, even horrifying. But in the 1970s, it wasn't rebellion or ignorance. It was normal. It was summer, and at the time, no one questioned it at all. Number 2. Mercurochrome/iodine culture. Staining your whole childhood. If you scraped a knee or cut a finger, you knew what was coming. That little glass bottle with the dropper, filled with deep red or brown liquid, ready to stain everything it touched. Mercurochrome and iodine were trusted completely. They burned, they smelled strong, and they left marks that lasted for days, sometimes longer than the injury itself. Parents believed the sting meant it was disinfecting properly. Those stains became badges of childhood, knees, elbows, fingers, all marked with proof that you'd been treated. No one questioned the chemicals involved. If it hurt and looked serious, it had to be effective. Number 3. Aspirin for everything.
Read the label on any of these leading pain relievers advertised for temporary relief of minor arthritic pain. You'll find only Bayer timed release aspirin makes this promise. 2 tablets when needed to relieve minor arthritic pain at bedtime. Work while you sleep to help you wake without morning stiffness.
The universal cure era. Aspirin wasn't just medicine in the 1970s. It was a household staple. Nearly every home had a bottle somewhere, usually within easy reach.
Welcome to the cold and flu season. You felt a cold or flu coming on this morning. Now you're really achy and feverish. Take Bayer aspirin. For aches and fever, what's in Bayer is what doctors recommend most. 100% pure aspirin, nothing more. That's what's in Bayer aspirin.
Kitchen drawers, bathroom cabinets, bedside tables, glove compartments. Aspirin lived everywhere, ready to solve whatever problem came up. Headache? Take an aspirin. Fever? Aspirin. Sore muscles? A toothache. General discomfort you couldn't quite explain. Aspirin. It was offered casually, almost automatically, without hesitation or concern. Adults trusted it completely, and kids were given it too, because that's simply what people did. There wasn't much discussion about dosage beyond take 2. No one hovered over labels or worried about interactions. It had been around forever, so it felt safe by default. If it didn't help right away, you waited a bit and maybe took another.
Fever. When fever of a cold builds up, your child slows down. That's the time many doctors recommend St. Joseph Aspirin for children, with the pure orange flavor and the exact children's dosage. It relieves aches, pains, chills, starts reducing fever, often within 30 minutes, so he can rest. It helps your child get back to normal. St. Joseph Aspirin for children, the one children's doctors recommend most.
Aspirin symbolized reliability. It was simple, affordable, and familiar. People trusted it because it worked often enough and because it had always been there. Looking back now, knowing what we know, it's startling how casually it was used. But at the time, aspirin wasn't questioned. It was just part of life and part of being taken care of. Number 4. Cigarette smoke as normal air.
Come to where the flavor is. Come to Marlboro country.
Ashtrays in waiting rooms. In the 1970s, cigarette smoke wasn't something you noticed. It was something you lived in. It drifted through rooms the way air itself did, present but unquestioned. If you walked into a space and didn't smell smoke, that would have been unusual.
I'd walk a mile for a Camel.
This little demonstration was strictly for smokers who never tasted a Camel cigarette. Camel smokers, you know what we mean. You other guys, start walking.
Ashtrays were everywhere. Restaurants had them built into tables. Waiting rooms kept them neatly placed beside chairs. Even hospitals, places meant for healing, treated smoking as normal. The message was subtle but constant. This was acceptable, and this was safe enough. People smoked during conversations, while watching television, while driving with the windows barely cracked. Non-smokers didn't complain. They adjusted. Children grew up sitting in smoke-filled rooms, breathing it in, never once told it was dangerous. It was simply the environment.
Well, I guess it's just you and me, buddy.
Yeah, me and my Winstons, me and my Winstons, we got a real good thing, a real good taste.
Hi.
What's striking now is not just how common it was, but how deeply it was trusted. If cigarette smoke were truly harmful, people assumed someone would have stopped it. So it stayed. It filled the air, the furniture, the clothes, and no one questioned it at all. Number 5. Homemade remedies from magazines. Vinegar, lemon, toothpaste fixes. Magazines were trusted sources of wisdom. If a beauty or household tip appeared in print, people believed it. Toothpaste for pimples, vinegar for cleaning everything, lemon juice for hair lightening. These remedies were passed along, clipped, saved, and tried without hesitation. If it was printed, it was credible. The idea that it might cause harm rarely crossed anyone's mind. If you enjoy these deep dives into everyday nostalgia, make sure you're subscribed here on YouTube and following us on Facebook for more stories just like this. Number 6. Antibacterial kitchen sprays. Faith in the promise, no questions asked. When antibacterial sprays hit the shelves, people embraced them immediately. The word itself felt powerful and reassuring. Counters were sprayed generously. The smell was sharp, clean, and chemical. And that scent alone convinced people it was working. No one questioned ingredients or long-term effects. Clean meant safe. And the stronger it smelled, the more trustworthy it seemed. Number 7. Instant breakfast powders.
This is a typical meal served to astronauts aboard Apollo space flights. Oatmeal, sausage, toast, applesauce, and in a special zero-gravity pouch, Tang, the energy breakfast drink. Orange-flavored Tang with rich, natural flavor and more vitamin C than orange juice.
This is nutrition, right? Breakfast didn't always come from a stove. Instant powders promised vitamins, energy, and balance, all in a glass.
Good, isn't he? Practice keeps him busy. That's why I buy Carnation Instant Breakfast.
It's breakfast insurance when he doesn't have time for his regular breakfast. Read our label. Milk supplies substantial nutrition, and Carnation Instant Breakfast supplies the rest of the protein, vitamins, minerals, and energy.
Parents poured them quickly on busy mornings, confident they were providing something healthy. Labels showed smiling kids and strong claims. It felt modern, efficient, and trustworthy because it was marketed that way. Number 8. Tooth whitening / harsh mouthwashes.
Uh-oh, well, let's go. When you have bad breath, you have two feelings.
Daddy, she got my kiss.
That funny feeling in your mouth and that not-so-funny feeling that you can't face the world.
Morning, Harry. Good morning. Huh? Good morning.
So you turn away.
Oh, Mr. Taylor's been waiting to see you.
That's when you should turn to Scope. Scope's strong, tingly feeling leaves your breath really fresh so you can meet the world head on.
Hello, Mr. Taylor.
Burn equals must be working. Oral care in the 1970s wasn't about comfort, it was about results. Mouthwashes were powerful, sharp, and unforgiving. The moment you rinsed, the burn hit immediately, spreading through your mouth and up into your sinuses. And instead of panic, there was reassurance. That sting meant it was doing something, killing germs, cleaning deeply. If it didn't burn, people didn't trust it. Gentle formulas felt weak, almost suspicious. Strong meant effective, and pain was simply part of the process.
Take the fact that Crest has fluoride. Does your toothpaste?
No.
Does your toothpaste have over 20 scientific tests that prove it reduces cavities? The fact is, Nancy, you can't buy a better cavity fighter than Crest.
Tell you what, Mr. Goodwin, I'll use Crest for 6 months and my dentist will tell us the results.
Tooth whitening products followed the same logic. Pastes were abrasive, gritty, and used with confidence. Sensitive teeth weren't discussed much. If your gums tingled or your mouth felt raw afterward, it was taken as proof that the product was working. Looking back now, it's startling how much discomfort was accepted in the name of cleanliness. But at the time, no one questioned it. The burn was part of the ritual. And in the 1970s, that burn meant you were doing it right. Number 9. Bug spray/chemical smell equals safety.
New Raid Solid Insect Killer. Solid so it kills flies and mosquitoes indoors up to 4 solid months. Solid so there's nothing to assemble, nothing to spray. Just remove the cap. You can hang it out of reach or place it out of sight. Solid so it works continuously all day, all night.
The stronger it smelled, the safer we felt. Bug spray didn't smell pleasant, and that was the point. The sharp chemical odor felt like protection in a bottle. Sprayed heavily on arms, legs, and clothes, it created a cloud of safety. If you could smell it, you knew it was working. Kids were coated in it before going outside, no questions asked. Effectiveness mattered more than comfort or concern. And now we want to hear from you. Which of these did you grow up trusting without question? Or is there one we didn't mention that instantly came to mind? Share your memories in the comments. That's where the best stories always are. Number 10. TV ads as medical advice. If it was on TV, it was true. Television commercials carried authority. If a product claimed relief, healing, or protection on TV, people believed it. Actors in lab coats, reassuring voices, confident claims, that was enough. There was trust that advertising wouldn't lie about health. TV wasn't entertainment alone, it was guidance. Looking back, it's easy to feel shocked by how much we trusted and how little we questioned. But these products weren't strange at the time, they were normal, familiar, accepted. They remind us how much understanding has changed and how deeply trust was woven into everyday life. We didn't research, compare, or second guess. We simply believed, and in many ways, that trust shaped an entire generation.